Well, as you can see on the picture, this video will be a little bit different from my other videos. Uh, I just want to give my take on the September 2015 prophecy, or let's say prophecies. Well, I'm recording this on September 24th, so nothing happened, or at least not that I'm aware of. I know that in September there have been many events happening around the world. Obviously, I mean, unless you've been in a cave lately, um, I think you can agree. Nobody's ever said, at least to my knowledge, that the world would be destroyed or anything like that on well, September 23rd. Even though there were some absolutely hilarious rumors about an asteroid hitting us yesterday. Well, we're still here, so obviously there was no collision from outer space, or no aliens, or the Lord didn't come back, and all that. Well, first of all, let's start with I don't want to say religious part of it because I don't consider myself religious whatsoever. I do believe in God, of course. I believe in the New Testament. I also believe in the Old Testament. I don't want to be a hypocrite because there are many people out there who call themselves Christians and they're not Christians, but I'll take the chance, okay? So I call myself Christian. And well, if you read the Bible, nowhere does it say that on this or that day uh, Jesus will come back. Nowhere does it say that. It doesn't have to be a blood moon. It doesn't have to be any particular month or day or day. You won't even know what day of what hour of the day it will be. Okay, it can be in the morning. It can be in the middle of the night. Just any time. You just don't know. So there's absolutely no reason to get into any date settings, and I will definitely not do it now because I can already tell you that if you want to know, just read the Bible, and that's all you have to do really. So I didn't actually believe that Jesus will come back on September 23rd. Absolutely not. But I have to admit though that there was maybe a very 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 small part of me that did believe, and or maybe it was more wishful thinking perhaps. But at the same time, when you start wishing things like that, you have to also look at yourself and your life. Are you prepared for it? What would have happened, for example, if um, the Lord would have returned yesterday? Had you been prepared? Are you prepared today? So yeah, nobody knows. Just read the Bible. Don't worry about it. Just be ready for it the day when it does happen. Okay. As for the other things, for example, asteroids, meteorites, and stuff like that. Well, there has been an increase for the past couple of years. I think everybody knows about the what happened in Russia for maybe I think 2 years ago, something like that, and also many other events around the world. But those are kind of indications to what I was talking about when the Lord will return, because if you read in the Bible, those kind of indicate that we're living in the last days or the end times or whatever you want to call it. But nobody knows exactly when, and well, nobody knows when. I mean, to be more precise, if we are in the end times or if we are kind of, let's say, very close to it. I think everybody can agree at least on one thing, that we are close to it. But we don't, I mean, you just don't know. So let's leave it at that. You don't know. Nobody knows. So I think it's absolutely ridiculous to even get into that. But we can at least agree on one thing, that for the past, well, let's say 5 or 10 years, maybe even less years, the world has completely changed, and we see mass immigration coming from, well, Syria mostly, and Middle East, and many other countries as well. It's almost like an invasion inside into Europe. They don't respect any laws. Anything, they just force themselves through, and when they don't get what they want, they react very aggressively. And but I think all that is part of an agenda. Okay, I don't think that these people are genuinely refugees. Some are, of course, but I would say most of these people are not. You can also read in the news, for example, well, let's say alternative news, because the news media is just full of lies and cover-ups. That, for example, ISIS would let's say, send thousands of IS warriors disguised to look like refugees and so on. I think that's absolutely true. And also look at the behavior of these people coming from all these countries. I mean, for example, if you're seriously trying to escape war and conflict, torture or whatever, do you actually behave like that? Do you throw rocks and bottles and whatever against other people? Do you just walk in, you don't respect any laws, you don't respect anything, you just demand and demand and you want more and you're never satisfied? I mean, is that really how a refugee would behave? No, absolutely not. And how come 70 to 90% of all these so-called refugees are men? Where are all the women? Where are all the kids? Well, I think we already know where they are. They are still, around the conflict areas. As for the other things about September and let's say other prophecies, I think, well, I can sit here today in September 2015, well, the 24th actually, and I can easily say this: every prophecy that would, let's say, be catastrophic or anything, they were just all bullshit. Okay, nothing happened. I'm still sitting here. There were no wars. There were no widespread diseases that kill off 1 billion people or 500 million or whatever. No asteroid, no meteorites. We're still here. Okay, nothing happened. So it was all just bullshit. And nobody knows the last day. Only God knows the last day. Okay. So yeah, but just be prepared. I mean, that's basically what you can get out of this. And I also believe that there are many people sitting around the world actually now thinking, being very disappointed because Jesus didn't come back, nothing happened. I'm sure that many people went so far as to sell off everything they owned and gave away things, or just, I don't know, maybe dug a hole somewhere and filled it with food and water and just waited for the end to come, and nothing happened. And I think that will be the case. Maybe one day something will happen. We don't know. Nobody knows. And that's kind of the point with this little clip here, that nobody knows. So don't waste your time thinking about those things. Just be prepared for the day when it will happen, because for 2,000 years people have been waiting for Jesus to come back, but never before, ever, has it been more. Let's say all the signs are pointing in that direction, that we're very close to it. But again, you don't know. It can be tomorrow, it can be today, maybe 5 years from now. We don't know. And I guess I could even call this video "We Don't Know" or something like that, because, yeah, I mean, that's the whole point with this clip. I just wanted to get this out because I'm just sick tired of all these videos about the end times, things happening, asteroids, wars, rumors of wars, etc. Yes, rumors of wars and wars have always been factors in the world, and you can also read about it in the Bible. But it definitely has escalated lately. There's no question about it. Just look at what is happening in the Middle East now. There's Russia involved, in Syria, and many other things. And that could become very dangerous. It's a very delicate situation over there. Yeah, so again, nothing happened, and I'm still here, and I suppose I'll make a couple more chess videos. And maybe one day I won't be making more chess videos for whatever reason. But until then, just be prepared.